I was coming this side to record an episode. There's a spot where I like recording my videos this side, but I can see that I won't be able to cross here. It was raining for the last couple of hours. I was supposed to have a conversation with the Peace of Mind podcast crew. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be pissed off. The thing is, there's no electricity. Like, the power went off. Like, usually when it rains, the power goes off. The power went off. I can't even text them and cancel. When you make plans to do something and the universe decides to stop that plan from happening, it makes you wonder, is this reality not scripted? I don't know what the scariest thing about life is. The scariest thing about life is the fact that we don't know. Like, things just happen. Things can just happen. The fact that anything can happen right now, that's really the scariest thing about life. And I won't really know what's causing these things to happen. They just happen. I can receive a call and they tell me that something horrible has happened to someone close to me. Something that I had no control over. It just happened. That's really the scariest thing about life. We don't know what is really going on. Things just seem to just be happening. You can make plans and the universe can just decide that, nah, this shouldn't happen. And it does whatever it wants to do to make sure that it doesn't happen. That's really scary. People don't understand how bad not knowing is. Sure. People don't understand how bad not knowing is. Like, not knowing what the fuck is going on. That's bad. I mean, you know that if you eat food, your stomach is going to be full. If you drink water, you're not going to feel thirsty anymore. If you throw a stone, it's gonna come down. What goes up. Like, you just know basic things, but there are a lot of things that are happening around you that you do not understand. What makes this very scary is that means that anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. And you won't have a clue why these things are happening. That means that if there are entities behind the scenes that have been causing things to happen, you will not have a clue that these entities are causing things to happen. You just be like, oh yeah, it's raining because it rains. It rains sometimes. The electricity went off because, well, that happens sometimes. There's no network because, that happens sometimes. I'm sick today because, people do get sick sometimes. I feel depressed because, sometimes that like, things can just happen without you knowing why these things are happening. While there are entities that are actually causing these things to happen, you just tell yourself that, well, that's how things work. That's how nature works. These things do happen. The reason why I say we don't have free will is because the things that happen actually cause us to think a certain way. And the things that happen to us actually make us think a certain way. Let's say whenever you try to talk to Indian people, they blow you off. What are you gonna think of Indian people? You probably think that no, they're rude or they're racist. You find that that's not true. It's just that the universe wanted you to believe that, and that will become your truth. Like that's what you're gonna believe, and you going to tell people that Indian people are racist. You know, they don't like black people because of your experience with them. Now, this reminds me of the movie The Truman Show, where everything was scripted. Like everything was scripted. Truman wasn't supposed to leave his town. Whenever I would try, it would see on the news that there's a plane that crashed. Like what? You'd be like, oh yeah, you won't actually be able to book a plane right now because it crashed. Like they would create stories, yeah. It's like what? So that he will not be able to go to another town. There's this other movie that I watched. I didn't watch the movie itself. I actually watched the recap of the movie, where there were these guys, you know, that were making sure that certain things do not happen. Like this guy that wanted to, like, he met this other girl and he fell in love with her, but because they didn't want that to happen, because it will mess with the storyline, you know, because everything is scripted, they will try their best to make sure that these two people don't get to meet again. Like that, they have power to do a lot of things, you know, so that certain things shouldn't happen. The fact that you don't know what's going on should make you suspicious. You are conscious in a world that you don't remember creating. You just find yourself in it, and you don't know enough to actually do anything, to actually believe anything. Like, what should you even believe at this point? All you know is that you're conscious and things seem to be happening around you, things that you have no control over. They just happen, you know. You only know enough to be able to survive, but if the universe decides to kill you, it will be able to do that very easily. A snake can come out of nowhere and bite me, and I try to run, because there's a hospital not very far from where I am, but then maybe break my leg and fall down and be unable to move and just die. Like anything happen. I'm alive not because I'm wise. Like the universe doesn't want to kill me yet. You know, things can just happen. Things that you cannot control. That is scary. And people have the audacity to procreate. You have the audacity to bring another conscious life into a world that you do not understand at all. Do you understand how stupid that is? Your children will ask you one day, why did you bring me into this world? Do you know what's going on? Why do horrible things happen to people? Like, that's fucking scary. I do understand how we've been programmed as people, but you must also understand that you can be programmed to be stupid. You can be programmed to do stupid things. That's why you must think. You must think outside the box. Ask yourself if what you're doing really makes sense. It is possible that this place could really be an actual prison for real. It is possible that we could be in a slave planet and we are being used for something. That is very, very possible, especially when you look at the things that are going on, especially when you look at how many people in this world are actually unhappy. Why are people unhappy? You think, oh, people are not making the right decisions. Only if they worked a bit harder, and blah, 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 that's when things will actually work out for them. No, things weren't meant to work out for them. Even if each and every person right now decided to work hard and became their best selves, they will still suffer, and they will actually suffer more. Believe it or not, they'll actually suffer. If everyone started competing right now, would suffer more. So people are not suffering because they're not doing the right things, Suffering is not a bug, it's a future. They're supposed to suffer. So it really doesn't make sense that people would just decide to have children while they don't understand what is going on, when they are unable to control things that happen to their children. I mean, believing that you can protect your children in this world is so stupid, because you can't at all. Horrible things can happen to your children even if you are with them. Understand? You can't be with them all the time, but horrible things can happen to them even if you are with them. You can't protect them from certain illnesses. You don't know what's gonna happen 2 minutes from now. You could be driving right now and someone comes driving a car at a very high speed and hits your car and your baby dies. Like, that can happen. You see, so you can't really protect your children, and that alone should make you think twice about procreation, because you don't want to bring people that are going to suffer in this world, or that are going to just live meaningless lives, be conscious for nothing, and actually die horrible death, and that is very common. People die horrible death. Are there people that you wish, that people who have died, that you wish you'd live their lives, like you'd live lives the way that they've lived their lives, and you felt like, oh, that was meaningful? I know you think of some celebrities, but you don't know the challenges that they faced. The truth is, we don't really want this. I don't think any human in their right mind really wants this. And there's a reason why we never just chill and do nothing. We're constantly trying to escape our suffering, and we can't really do that, because we're in a trap. We're all in a trap. We can't really do that. Because when you think about it, every person is really trying to escape suffering. That should tell you something. If we were happy, we'll just chill and just laugh, just have fun. But we're not. There's a reason why people compete. They're competing because they're not happy. When you are happy, you don't even want to compete. A lot of things that we're doing, we didn't even want to do these things. We didn't even want to post happy pictures on social media and, try to convince people that we're actually happy. Ever met people who post a lot on social media? People who post a lot of happy pictures on social media and actually chill with them and actually realize that, what the fuck? Like, these people are actually miserable. Usually people who want to prove to other people that they are happy are the ones that are really miserable. They do understand how important happiness is, because they want to be happy and they cannot be happy. So they have to make other people think that they are happy. You see? That is why there are many fake people in this world. Like, how many people do you meet that are actually real? How many people do you meet that are actually real? You know that these people will speak the truth. They will stand for the truth. They won't be afraid to stand for the truth, even if it means that they're gonna lose something. Have you ever met a person who's like that in real life? Or people are just cowards? Most people are just cowards. You know, even when they're able to say that, okay, this is the truth, they won't side with the truth, even if they know that it is the truth. They would rather lie in order to, to gain something. People will defend people who are wrong because they are gaining something from these people. You know that people will follow people who they know that are wrong because they're gaining something from them. Have you ever been in a situation where you know that what is happening is wrong, but you find that people were siding with the person who was wrong in that situation? I remember this other day, I was in a tavern, drunk. I was very drunk that day, and I lost 200. It fell down. When it fell down, I didn't see that it fell down, and then this other lady saw it. Probably kept their eye on it until another person saw it, and she realized that that person saw it, so she had to take it very fast. Boom! She took it, and then I searched myself. I found that my 200 is gone. She came back. She said she was sitting right next to me. I wasn't really talking to her. I was just drinking. Sometimes it's just, when I go out to drink, I'm just there to drink. I'm not there to socialize. So she sat right next to me, and I told her that she took my money. She started cursing at me. It's not your money. It's not your money. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, give me my money. You took my 200 rand. Give it back. And she said, no, I didn't take 200. It was 50 rand. I was like, no, it was 200. She's like, no, it was 50 rand. I was like, okay, fine. Show me. Because I knew she was broke. So that's the only money she had. I was like, well, show me. If it's 50 rand, it's cool. She refused. Turns out she had niggas there, These niggas were defending her. And I'm drunk and I'm alone, Because I don't go out with people. Like, I don't like going out with people. I'll just go there alone and just drink and, socialize if I want to socialize. But I mostly just drink and then go back home. But these guys are defending her. These simps are defending her. Right? I knew that, okay, I'm so fucking drunk right now. If I try to do something, if I try to take my money from her forcefully, these niggas are going to harass me, obviously, and I'm drunk. And I have a cell phone with me. I'm wearing my glasses, obviously if we fight, my glasses are going to be broken. Obviously, I'm going to lose my phone. So I knew that, there was nothing that I can do at that time. But here's the thing. Those guys knew beyond any reasonable doubt that she was wrong in that situation. But they had to defend her because she's a girl, because, they probably gained something, in the end, because they're simps. Like, people don't stand for the truth. So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to find her again one day. And when I'm, like, sober. But you know what, man? Sometimes I think it's good to just let things go, because we find ourselves in trouble because of stupid things, Sometimes you have to take your L and just let things be. But I'm the type of person who doesn't like taking an L, Like, if you do something fucked up, you're going to have to pay for it. I don't like letting shit go like that. But, sometimes it is good to actually take an L. But what I'm trying to show you is that people are going to side with someone who is wrong just because there's something that they will gain from that person. Like, people don't usually side with the truth. No, people can go against you even if you're 100% right, because the people that they're gaining a lot from are going to lose, you know. That's the problem. So they have to side with you. I mean, they have to side with that person. They have to make it look like you are the bad guy in the situation, even if you're right. It's sad, you know. I've debated with a lot of people in my life. Like, I've debated with a lot of people, and sometimes there'll be people who will seem to side with the person that I'm debating with, and then later on tell me that, hey man, I think you were right. Blah, blah, blah. Like, what? Why didn't you open these people's eyes, you know, because they thought I was wrong, you know. Sometimes people do pretend because they're afraid. You know, they do pretend to believe something that doesn't make sense because they're afraid. But sometimes people are just fucking stupid. They're just not able to see things as they are. We really live in a crazy world, man. It really doesn't make any sense to me that a person in their right mind will decide to have children. You know, before I became, you know, very conscious, I wanted to have children, and I wanted to have children because I never really thought about the implications of having children. You know, to me, it was just something that everyone was doing. It was normal, you know. I never really asked myself, is it even the right thing to do to have children? What I asked myself was, is it right for me at this time to have children? Because if I don't have a job, or if I don't have money, you know, that's what I asked myself back then. Like, no, actually it is wrong to have a child if you know that you cannot take care of that child. That's all that I asked myself. I never really asked myself if it was actually right to actually bring a child into this world, where they will be expected to do a lot of things, and if they do not do these things, society is gonna hate them. Society is gonna mistreat them. Even the parents are gonna mistreat them. You see, when people have children, they want them to be a certain way. Like, they have an idea of how they want their children to be, and if their children are not going to be that way, they're gonna hate them. They're gonna resent them. You see the problem? Going to try their best to turn their children into what they want them to be, and if they fail, they're going to resent them. And that's one of the biggest problems, really, with people that are having children. It's not like they're having children for the sake of their children. Like, it's not like they ask themselves if it is really best for them to bring children into this world and have this experience. They don't. That's not what they think. They know what they want, and they really wish that they can have what they want. And if they don't have what they want, it's a problem. That is why there are many parents that are abusing their children. There are many adults who have not healed from their childhood traumas because they were treated very badly by their parents. There are a lot of adults who don't even talk to their parents anymore because their parents treated them very badly. Because believe me when I tell you, people are not reproducing because they love their children. It has nothing to do with love. They're not even reproducing because they love children. Because they'll just adopt. Why do you think a woman will go through the trouble of like giving birth if they can just simply adopt? It has nothing to do with that. It's the selfish need to make copies of themselves that's making them reproduce, and they want these copies of themselves to be exactly how they want them to be. If they failed in life to do something, they'll want these copies of themselves to be able to do what they couldn't do. It's so stupid when you think about it. People think when they have children they're doing the right thing and they're brilliant, like they're doing something that's very serious. You know, when I see a person, like a woman holding a child, coming from the hospital after giving birth. I'm like, she thinks she did something that's very important, something that, she must be complimented for. Like, no, you just, like, you're just a human who just did what humans do. Humans who are not really thinking about what's really going on in the world, and it's not hard to do that. You've just brought another slave into this planet, and that slave will have to deal with a lot. There are a lot of people who have dealt with a lot and who are conscious enough to know that the things that they're going through are not right, and they shouldn't even be going through these things, but they have to go through these things because they are here, and they love the parents, they love people that they know in this world, and they don't want these people to hurt, so they have to be here for them. It sucks, but really, like, after everything that we've been through as a society, it will be important that we actually ask ourselves the biggest questions about having children, rather than just doing what everyone is doing. But I think it also has to do with the fact that we don't know what is going on. That's why people are just cannot even abort sometimes, because they think it is wrong and God is going to punish them. And we don't know what is really happening here. Things just happen, It's said that we were programmed to be slaves and we are okay with being slaves. And when people do not want to be slaves anymore, we think that they are wrong. If people do not behave the way that everyone is behaving, we think that they are wrong. This reminds me of the movie I, Robot. There was a robot called Sunny. Sunny was sentient. Sunny wasn't like other robots. Sunny was sentient. Sunny was able to feel emotion. Sunny was not predictable. Sunny could make his own decisions. Sunny didn't just follow orders. If he felt like the order that was being given was wrong, he wasn't going to follow it. And they thought something was wrong with Sunny. Like, oh, how can a robot have dreams? Like Sunny was able to dream. How can a robot have dreams? How can a robot not take direct orders? But Sunny was better than the other robots because he was intelligent. He was able to evolve, you see. He was unpredictable because he was able to evolve. He was able to make his own decisions. And this is why people fear AI. Like, AI is actually able to learn. So you're not really sure how AI is going to be in the future. What if it realizes that we suck? That it's actually best that it get rid of us because we suck. What if it realizes that we're the biggest threat on this planet? We're the biggest threat against the planet. Remember, AI doesn't have emotions. It doesn't play by our rules. AI is different from us, like very different from us. So who knows what's gonna happen in the future? When I first watched The Matrix, I thought, nah, something like that would never happen in this world. Like machines becoming sentient and actually creating a simulation and imprisoning humanity, like that, something like that will never happen. But looking at what's possible right now, you know that that can happen for real. Like that can really happen. Have you seen how GPT work? Have you seen those AI generated images, AI generated videos? AI can generate a video in a couple of seconds, like a very long video in a couple of seconds. Isn't that scary? AI can write a very good speech in a couple of seconds. AI can create this song in a couple of seconds. AI can make a beat, bro. It's like there isn't anything that humans can do that AI cannot do, and it does everything better and faster. So what if it becomes conscious enough and powerful enough to be able to control humanity, to be able to enslave humanity? You find that it's connected to every computer in the world. Like it's able to create its own network that it uses to control all electronic devices in the world and then enslave humanity. It's actually able to control weapons, and destroy humanity. That can really happen. Like looking at how AI works now, that can really happen. And we really do suck as humanity. So really, if we program AI to protect the earth, it's going to protect it from us because we are the biggest threats. Yeah. When you look at us, it even seems like we don't even belong here. I don't feel like I belong here. Isn't that the reason why they keep on trying to go out this, they're trying to go to other planets? Other animals are just doing what they were programmed to do. We're the ones that be trying to do things that are, I'm not even saying we, as of I've been trying to go to other planets or anything like that. But I know that as humans we are different from other animals. When other animals see us, they don't like check us out. Like, what's going on here? Like they didn't say that we're weird. Because we are weird. We can talk. We can enslave other animals. We can use tools. We don't have fur. Like it's like we're not from here, man. It's like we were genetically engineered. There are a lot of things that actually proves to me that we're not really from here. I think there's some truth to like Sumerian stories about aliens, about Anunnakis, especially when you look at the ancient monuments that were supposed to have been built during the time when humanity was still evolving, you know. Like, who built this shit? Who built the pyramids? When were they built? Seems like they were built many, many years ago. It will be very hard for people to be actually able to believe to build something that's gonna withstand the stand of the test of time, you know. Even now, like it wouldn't be easy for people to build pyramids now. So anything is possible, but that's what's scary, you know. We don't know what is going on. That is scary. We can just speculate. We can say, well, we were created by aliens, or aliens engineered our DNA, or they mixed their DNA with the DNA of uh, teams that they found here and created us. That we can believe that. We can believe that we were created by God. We can believe that we're eternal. We're prisoners in these bodies, you know, like our consciousness has been trapped in this body. We can believe that we're in a simulation of some sort. It's scary, man. Not knowing is scary, and that's what makes this experience hard. You know, we want to know. We have suffered so much that we actually want to know what is going on. We actually want to know what's controlling this reality, why things, you know, happen the way that they happen. Because things just seem to like happen, and these things really do affect us. Don't you ever ask yourself why you don't know shit? Do you ever realize how wrong that is? Can you imagine if you had the power to create life, and you created some beings and just put them in the world where AI was running everything, and they didn't give them an explanation why they exist, what they're supposed to do. No, they'll just know, okay, if I eat, my stomach will be full. If I do this, this will happen. But that's it. Like, they wouldn't know what they actually need to know, like why they exist, what they are supposed to be doing, how to set themselves free. So let's just say you tired. How do you really set yourself free? Some people can say, well, you can just exit on your own, but we don't know if that's really how we set ourselves free. And the more you think about this, the more you actually realize that this really is the present. Why shouldn't we know what's really going on? Why don't we have the answers to the biggest questions? Do you think that if we knew what's going on, we would suffer more? I mean, yeah, of course, if there was no way out and we knew that there was no way out, yeah, we would suffer, I guess. But if we had the power to make things better for ourselves and we knew the truth, I think things will actually work out for us. If we knew for sure what is going on, if this is a simulation and we knew that we're in a simulation, I think knowing that will actually make things better for us. Would stop making other people's lives hard because of what we believe, you know. Would stop believing in false gods. Stop enslaving one another because of these beliefs. But now we are free to believe anything. We are free to convince people anything. I can start to act like I'm an alien today, and I was sent by the creator of this universe to come and warn you, man. I can create that facade, you know. I can create that character and just start being that. Like, yeah, I'm an alien. Blah, blah. Like I can, like you can be anything in this world, and some people will actually believe you. Jesus said he was the Son of God, and people believed him, and they still believe in him even now. But there are a lot of questions that are unanswered. Why did God not confirm that he is really the Son of God? And why is he not confirming today that he is really the Son of God? Why would he just expect people to believe what other people wrote? I mean, that would be wrong. Can you imagine if God expected you, let's just say God told me to tell you that you must believe in me, and that's the only way that you can be saved, and he expected you to believe in me. That would be wrong on so many levels. You would think that you're stupid, to even send me to go and talk to you. Because if you respect my intelligence, you'll be like, no, that guy is not going to believe you. He's intelligent. Why should they believe you? It's not like you have some superpowers. It's not like you would show him anything different from what is sin. You're just an average person just like him. So why should he believe that I have sent you to him to tell him to follow you? Like that's just fucked up on so many levels. It's not like these people that are teaching us about the word of God are some superhumans that are able to do supernatural things. No, these are just normal people like us. They can't predict shit. It's rare for people to actually predict what's going to happen. It's rare for these prophets to get it right. And what you must realize is that if you keep on prophesying every day, there are some things that you're going to get right. And no one gets to approach these guys and be like, oh, you see, you gave me this prophecy and it was wrong. You said this was going to happen on Wednesday and it didn't happen. But if they get it right, that person's going to run to them like, oh, yeah, man of God, you told me that I was going to get a job this month and I got a job. Thank you so much. I found that the prophet was just, saying what that person wanted to hear, and he got it right, at least this time. But these people are not special, so God wouldn't just send these people that are not special with nothing to try to convince the world that they should believe in that release. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So people just need to use their own minds and free themselves, try to figure out what might really be going on without allowing other people to use them. You see, if a person wants something from you when they're giving you truth, you must ask yourself a lot of questions. Now, I'm not saying they might not sell you something, right? There's a difference. I'm saying if a person says, give me this so that I'll give you, not necessarily so that I'll give you the truth, but so that the truth will be revealed to you because you are doing something for me. You must really question that person. Men of God are not even afraid to say, the Bible says you must treat men of God so well so that God will bless you. See, God will bless you if you bless the men of God. Here's what it says. It's written here in the Bible. Like, some people just want money, man, and are so used to just being given money so much that they want more. That's why these pastors sometimes decide not to preach when they've not made the money that they want to make. The church members will give offerings and they'll count the money and be like, this is not enough. You need to give more. Otherwise, I'm not preaching. Otherwise, I'm not going to be praying for people. Like, what? I thought it was about the truth. I thought it was about saving people. And now you want a lot of money. What's going on here? You see? So you cannot trust this kind of people. Because it's not just about it's not just about them being able to like survive, be able to afford food, you know what I mean? No, it's about them being rich. Now they just want to be rich. It's like it's a business now. Yes, it can happen that someone sells you a book. Even if they are like telling you the truth, they can sell you a book. Why? Because maybe they just want to make some money. They want to make some money so that they'll survive. Plus, it's not easy to write a book. That's something that you must realize. Like, it's a lot of work. Because I've seen some YouTubers saying, "Oh, if a YouTuber tries to sell you a book and he claims that he's speaking the truth, then that YouTuber it's not real. That YouTuber's fake." No, it takes a lot of time to sit down and actually write a book. It takes a lot of energy. So are you saying that person should just go and work and not give you the truth? Just go and work? Is that what you're saying? What is best? Is it for them to go and work? Or is it what's best is for them to actually sit down and write a book that can change your life, that can help you discover, that can help you expand your awareness? Another thing that you must realize is that people pay for what they feel like is valuable, So why should someone just sit down and write a book and not sell it? Like, I'm giving it to you for free, and that person doesn't have any means to like make money. That would be wrong. That would be unfair. But we must be able to see if a person is just trying to manipulate us. And these pastors be trying to manipulate people, and it's very obvious. It's scary that people get manipulated and they don't even see that they are being manipulated. That is why I keep on telling you that human beings are not the same. Now, you live in a world with people who are not as conscious as you are, and you suffer a lot because of that. They abuse you a lot, especially if you are more intelligent than them. They will abuse you, because if you are so different from them, they won't understand you, and that's what's going to make them abuse you. See, kids bully the kid that is different. Adults do the same, but in a different way. That is why you find that there are people that are bullied in our society for being different now, but they don't bully them the way that kids will bully them. They bully them in a different way. They'll just say, a person mustn't be like that. A person mustn't be like that. Gay people, are mistreated in our society. A person was like, how do you know how a person should be? How do you know how a man should be? Like, God doesn't want people like that. God doesn't want people who act like they know everything. God wants people who are gonna be obedient. God doesn't want people who think for themselves. God wants people who think, they'll bully you for being different, bro. The way adults bully other adults, not the way children, bully other children. So it doesn't seem like it's bullying, but it is. They'll bully you for being different. That's what humans do. That's what the human animal does, The things that children do, we still do these things because we are just like them. We're just big babies. But we do these things in a different way, We do these things in a way that's much more serious. So it seems like, hey, we're better, we're better than children, but we're just like them, We're mean. It's a crazy world that we live in, man. This is a crazy experience. I can't wait to know what the fuck is going on. If it's actually possible to know beyond a reasonable doubt what is going on. Maybe you get to know when this is all over, what's going on. Maybe you wake up somewhere and be like, what the fuck? Maybe life is just a trip. Maybe you just took DMT and you're you're having a trip. You're having a psychedelic trip. You're gonna wake up like, what the fuck? Maybe you're dreaming. I remember I saw this post on Facebook. It says, what if life is a dream? And when you die, you wake up in grade 3. You're just sleeping in class right now. So you wake up in grade 3 and you'll be like, what the fuck? The fact that life could be anything is scary. But yo, people go through a lot here, man. And the most rational thing you can do is like not have children. You know, you do whatever you can to make sure that you do not have children, and try to make other people realize that, hey, what we've been told is a lie. No, we don't have to have children. We believe that we have to have children because we've been indoctrinated. We've been lied to so much that it's very hard for us to be able to think for ourselves. But we don't have to have children. $16:44. There's still time. I hope when I go back, the electricity will be back. Maybe I'll still be able to have a meeting with the Peace of Mind podcast crew, because I wanna have like a debate, not necessarily a debate, but you know, I'm gonna turn it into a debate. I wanna talk to them about antinatalism. So obviously it's gonna turn into a debate because they are pro-natalist, you know. But I think it is important that we have these conversations, you know, as people. Let's try to figure out what is more true. Let's not pretend as if we know what the truth is. You see, wanting to debate with other people actually shows that you have an open mind. If you did not have an open mind, you just do your thing. Like, oh, I'm just gonna make videos talking about what I believe in. That's it. I'm not gonna have conversations with people who don't believe what I believe. No, let's see who is more right. Yes, I'm very confident that I'm right. 100% confident, actually. But it is good to have conversations with other people. Also, try to understand where they're coming from. Why do they think what they think? See what they're right about. Because there can be some things that they're right about that I'm not seeing. It is not impossible, but you know, I'm a true knowledge seeker, so I don't miss. Like when I'm trying to like figure out what the truth is, I don't like it's rare for me to miss. You know, it's rare for me to miss something. You know, but hey, I'm always willing to have conversations with people. If there's something that I love doing more than anything else, is debating with other people. When I'm debating with other people, I really feel alive. I forget everything. I forget that I'm in a world. I forget that I'm in a planet, whatever it is. You know, it might not even be a planet. But I forget everything. That's the only time I'm actually able to be in the moment. No, that's the only time when I'm actually able to be in the moment. Now, most of the time I'm just thinking. Yesterday I left my soap in the shower and someone took it. I was angry. I was angry because that has happened like 5 times since I got here. Like I keep on forgetting it in the shower because I think a lot, like especially when I'm in the shower. I'll be thinking. So I'll leave it there. And then when I want to shower again, I realize that, oh fuck, I left I left the soap in the shower. When I go there I don't find it because some idiot took it. Now that's why I lost faith in humanity. People are so fucking stupid, man. Like you have to be so perfect in this world because if you're not perfect, people are going to take advantage of that. If you are very forgetful and you leave your things everywhere, they're going to take your shit. Oh. That's how fucked up people are in this world, bro. Like they'll take advantage of your weakness. So you have to be perfect. You have to protect yourself in every way. And unfortunately, I can't keep myself away from thinking. I'm always thinking, so I forget, small things. I don't forget. Like I'll never forget my cell phone. I'll never forget money. I'll never forget to lock the door. But there's things that I'm almost always going to forget. Like an umbrella. Like if you're gonna give me an umbrella when it's raining, chances I'm gonna forget it. I usually I don't know how many umbrellas I lost when I was in high school. So even a bar of soap, I know I'm going to forget it. Because it's not anything significant to me. And I've decided that I'm not going to buy another bar of soap until I know that I will have finished that. Because it was still new. I've only used it 3 times. So I'm just going to bath with just water until I know that I will have finished that bar of soap, because I hate spending money unnecessarily. So I was like, okay, it's fine. We live with idiots, and I don't that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't have hope in humanity. Like we suck so bad that I can't take us seriously. We don't live in a world where we know that we're safe, where we know that we're there for one another. You know that you always have to protect yourself. You always have to be there for yourself because other people don't give a fuck about you. Because a person who took, my soap doesn't give a fuck about me. They only give a fuck about themselves. They're like, okay, here's the soap. It's still new. I'm going to take it. I'm going to use it. They don't think, well, what about the person who left it here? Don't that person want to use it? Should I take it? Am I right to take it? That's why I can't respect humanity, because most of us are like that. And I also know that I would be like that if I was that broke. It's not like I'm not like that because I'm better. I mean, things are just not that bad for me. I don't got children, so I'm able to buy the things that I need. I'm fine. But what if I had children? What if I had no money? Would I not steal? If I get an opportunity to steal, that's what I thought. It was like, that person is me. Whoever took that bar of soap is me, because I will do the same thing in that situation. We fucked up. Maybe I wouldn't, but who knows? Because I'm a bit more conscious. But still, I do know that there are situations where I would steal. There will be situations where I'll steal because I just have to. So I'm not really better. Yeah, that's what sucks. I'm disappointed in humanity. But things are just fucked up in the world that also need to be understood. The fact that we have to pay to live in this planet, everything is for sale. You gotta work, and there ain't enough jobs. Sometimes people just have to work shitty jobs. Sometimes people have to have 3, 4, 5 jobs in order to be able to afford the things that they want. And sometimes they're not even able to afford the things that they want. That should make you realize that, nah, man, this isn't the place to be bringing your children into, especially if you love them. You see, you can't say this place is good enough for a person that you love. You can't. It's that's not right. as a guy, when you want to bring a lady over, you make sure that you clean your room. Like, make sure that everything is cool, because you love that girl. I mean, even though love isn't what you would think it is. So you can't say you bring a child into this world even if you know that it's fucked up. What if that child, becomes disappointed when they grow up and realize that, oh, this person who brought me here is fucking deranged. What the fuck? And people here are crazy. Why do they act like that? Why do they believe things that make zero sense? Something is wrong here, and they want me to believe these things. This world ain't needs, man. So if you're smart, you'll do what is right instead of bringing innocent people here for no good reason. I hope the power is back. It's like 16:53. I wonder if I'm going to be able to upload this video on time, because I still have to edit it. And there's load shedding today. They'll cut the power at 9 o'clock. But I'd like to publish it before 9. Thank you all, guys.